Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from. My name is MD90 and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss any upload that comes up on the channel. So Slapdee's Black and White 3 album is finally out. It's been a long anticipated album. I've just finished listening to it. This is my first take in terms of listening to it, and I thought of giving my thoughts over the album. So far, at least on Boomplay where I was playing the music from, it's a 22 track album, unless there are some special tracks that are featured on Apple Music or Spotify or something. But so far I've listened to 22 tracks. I assume that's the entire album or the full album. It's on every streaming platform. So these are my thoughts. So I was taking notes as I was listening to every song along the way, so that I did not miss anything. So the intro starts off. With a sample of a Nigerian gospel song. So when the first song played, I was quite skeptical because I remember I think his recent interview where he was on the Z podcast, if I'm not mistaken. It's either the recent interview or the interview before, but it was on the Z podcast. Between K Plus and Elson. He had mentioned to say the times have changed and more people are more inclined to listen to Afro. If you listen to some sound in the background, that's the aircon. Don't mind it. It's quite hot where I am, so I mean, if I don't turn on the aircon, I will start sweating here like no man's business. So it's better I have it. So just bear with me if you're hearing that sound. But anyway, so I was saying that the intro of the album starts off with a sample of a Nigerian gospel track. And then earlier on, you had mentioned to say people are more inclined to listen to Afrobeat music, as compared to typical rap songs or anything else. So when he started off the album with that, I was like, yeah, I hope he's not taking that direction, because Slapdee has already built a fan base. It's not different from Ephraim. You notice that Ephraim, once he puts out like a solid Bemba album or anything else, compared to when he puts out an English album, the performance is different. So he's got the best for that. Like, so Slapdee's got the best for pretty much a fusion of dancehall, hip hop definitely, and that Dunkaba Z beat. So he's got the serious best for that. So if he was going to go all out Afrobeat and stuff like that, so I was like, I hope he has not taken in that direction. So when I listened to that intro, not that I even had mixed feelings. I was like, yo, I hope he does not do that, because definitely I'm a fan, but I was going to probably I wouldn't even have done the video because I would only have had bad things to say about the album. So I was like, okay, yeah. So that was my view of the intro. I just hope it's clear that that sample that they've used in that intro, because nowadays people are not playing around with samples. So in as much as you act in using someone's sample, it eventually costs you. I hope, but Slapdee is at that level. I hope his team cleared that sample, because what happens with people that you sample his music, if your song or the album does not perform well in terms of numbers, does not make a wave, they will simply ignore it. There are people that have sampled it, but at the stature that Slapdee is in the industry, if that sample is not cleared and the album does very well, it's going to bring about a lawsuit, and it might cost him a lot. So I just hope the team has cleared that part up, but I think they have. I'm hoping they've done that. So that was my view of the coming into the album. I was on the fence with that intro, with that Nigerian view. I thought that maybe that's the direction is taking the album. Then Prayer. So the second song that comes up on the album is Prayer, featuring Musubira. So Musubira, this is Towera Carrera's ex. If you know, I'm sure you know Toria Kaira if you're watching this particular video. That's Mark II and Sheffy's young sister. So I know Musubira from the gospel circles, both even Toria Kaira herself. They were gospel musicians at some point. I'm sure they're still Christians and they maintain their faith, but now they're just doing music, social music or anything like that. But yeah, they are the relationship with the particular guy that features on Prayer, and I know these guys from my gospel circles. The time that we used to do a bunch of concerts, Yeah, so that's where I know these particular individuals. So the song is quite solid. Prayer. So when I listened to it, that's when I knew, like, oh, thank God he has not taken the Afrobeat Nigerian fusion. So listening to that song balanced me up. I was like, okay, fine. So we are on solid ground. It's not trying to fit in or trying to be anything that is not. He's just sticking to his guns, which I liked about that. So listening to Prayer featuring Musubira was a reassurance to me to say, I mean, he has stuck to what he knows and feeding the best that he has. And so my ears were on the ground, like, fine. So it's a solid. It's not going the dance or route. Then the third track on the album is Sorry. This features Dimple Williams. It's a solid song. And then pretty much it talks about how people want to see him fail, particularly Slapdee, and what it took for him to get to the top. Some things he did he's not proud of. But these are things that in hindsight. So when you are looking at things in the backdrop, you have say I would have done this different. So that's pretty much what the songs centers around, the Sorry track, which features Dimple Williams. So he's saying, I mean, if I've offended you or anything, I mean, I'm human. I made some mistakes. I'm not perfect. So that's Sorry. The fourth track is German. German features 76 drums. So this particular song, it's a tough joint, definitely. 76 drums has been making a wave since he did Big Machines. Obviously, he's been in the industry for a while. He's done a number of songs, but the one that took him out there, where people are looking at him and everyone wants to do a feature with him, is the Big Machines song that he did. I think this is like 3 months ago or something. Late November or December thereabout. That's when he did it. But then again, if you listen carefully to this song, it sounds like there is a subliminal shot towards Y Celeb. And we only know if actually there is a sub towards Y Celeb, who is just shooting at anyone who has some bad energy around Slapdee. But if Y Celeb responds to German, then we know it was towards him. So pretty much what he talks about is like energy does not lie. That's Slapdee's view on the verses that he does there. Say, energy does not lie. If you feel someone's energy is off, no matter how much they try to fake love, one love, like no, and that's one thing that stands out about Slapdee. Say. And that's why people think that he's not helpful. They compare him to other artists to say most people are very helpful. How come you are very selfish and stuff like that? Because he does not fake it. If it's not there, it's not there. So that's the energy you're putting out on this song to say, where someone is saying one love, we're pushing together as an industry or as a team, whatever, but you feel the energy is off. Usually that person is off. That's what he says there. So you listen to it and you decide. I picked up, I think there's a shot towards Y Celeb in there. you listen to the song. Yeah. But if Y Celeb ignores it, then it's not towards him or anybody else. But most likely, that's a song. If there's going to be any song that is going to stir up some beef, that's likely to be the song, the German, featuring 76 drums. About fake energy and stuff like that. That's the song that's likely to pick up some beef. And then there's a Tonga joint on there. It's an R&B love song, which is Kangu. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. That's track number 5, featuring Tiger Tonka and Raymond. It's a beautiful Tonga song. It's a beautiful R&B Tonga song. Just a love song about a beautiful young lady. And the Tonga guys delivered on that, the guys that feature on the song. So I think, apart from the fusion of where you hear English drops in the song, overall it's a Tonga song. It's a beautiful Tonga song. I love that song so far. That's track number 5. Track number 6 is Nkani Lilibe. That's track number 6. So that's just him. So it's pretty much that's track number 6. It's a trap vibe. It's not for me, I must say. That's one song I was like, if I were to skip a song, That track number 6, I would skip it. I wasn't feeling it personally. So if you like it, that's on you. So Kanye did it there. It's got that trap vibe to it. I love trap music, but this particular one I did not enjoy. That's one song I would skip. I didn't skip it. I listened to the entire thing, but yeah. Pretty much addressing things that those that have a lot to say about his family and stuff. So the lyrics are very solid. He's addressing those people that have a lot to say about his family, but I think it's a beat or something. Anyway, it's not a song for me. Yeah, you get the idea. That's track number 6. Track number 7 is Terminator, featuring Femi One. So this Femi One is from Kenya. She did a song during COVID. It trended on TikTok. No matter what is thrown at him or at them, pretty much Femi One and Slapdee in this particular context, because they're the ones that are on the song. Nothing would deter them from getting what is due to them, regardless of the challenges. Pretty much that's the context of the song. So it's a good song also. Track number 7. Let's move on to track number 8. Zata. Pretty much it's finished. This features Namadingo. That's track number 8. It's a love song, obviously, as we expect from Namadingo. Namadingo from Malawi. So it features on track number 7. Zatu. A love song. Track number 8. This is what is this? I don't want to, before I mess it up, I don't want to mess up the title. Kakukeni, or something like that. That's a member phrase. Yeah, Kakukeni, pretty much like loosen up. That's what it means. If you just Tommy D, that's a rap love song, pretty much about a bad girl. I don't want to use the term that they typically use in this particular context, but it's a solid hip hop joint. That's track number 8. I mean 9, featuring Tommy D, the legend. A person that Slapdee on several occasions has mentioned to say he has inspired him. In fact, even the way that they spell his name on this particular feature, they spell it like just like the way Slapdee spells his name. Say Tommy D was the inspiration behind him, Slapdee, settling for the name Slapdee. So he has made this clear from inception. He has never hidden to say he's inspired by Tommy D. So he makes it clear there. So they did this song. The beat is done by Rico. It's a tough joint. This one is a tough rap joint. They did not try to do any trap or anything. It's pretty much rap and just a solid good vibes, complimenting a good-looking young lady in this context, and then asking her to loosen up and relax. And yeah, so that's track number 9, featuring Tommy D. I like that one. It's a good vibe. It would make my playlist definitely. And let's move on to track number 10, Mwai. So track number 10, that's the one that features Mark 2. So Mark 2 and Elisha Long are on it. So pretty much it's a fantastic blend of the brothers. Pretty much Mark 2 even mentions to say 2 kings can coexist, and people are trying to still stir up the beef that they had. That's Mark 2 and Slapdee, and they've moved past that. And you've seen Slapdee feature on Mark 2's show, the one that he had with his wife on Zambezi Magic. I think, yeah, King Booga. And I think they've grown past that. Not only that, they've developed some sort of friendship and mutual respect. So that's what Mark 2 brings up to say. I mean, it's possible for 2 kings to coexist. There's no need for always having some sort of beef or some fight. So they're grown past that. That's the context of the song Mwai, which is simply means lack or favor in this context. So it's a solid song. Mark 2 and Elisha Long from the Slapdee Black and White album 3. Then track number 11 features Dismo, which is Zinari. That's track number 11. Track number 12. This is my favorite song, my personal favorite song, easily. I think I was just listening all the tracks that I've mentioned above this song. They're quite good songs. The only apprehension that I had was the intro. I thought the album was going to go Nigerian Afrobeat version just to try to break the market. It did not go that way. He stuck to his guns, hip hop, dancehall, and the fusion of what you call this, they don't come with Z bit. But when I got to track number 12, which is the Hello Dear X, which features D-Boy, Tell Him, and Blood Kid, YVOK. It's a bad song, like I mean bad in a good context. You get it. It's that's my favorite song on the album, easily. I played this song 3 times before I moved on to the next song. So easily, Hello Dear X is my song on this album, easily. Uh, I I even struggled to move on to the next song because I knew I wanted to listen to it more and more, and I was like, no, I have to. We have to move on. Let's get the context of the album. So easily, Hello Dear X is my personal favorite. D-Boy is a solid guy, and then he's been mentioning D-Boy, the guy that features on this particular song, says people are trying to, not in, but on this particular song, but on another song say, people are trying to block him because they know how talented he is, and they're afraid. He only needs one song. Once he breaks through the industry, he's going to be a tough menace on the industry. He's very talented, D-Boy, tell him. Same thing with Blood Kid. So that blend of D-Boy, Tell Him, and Blood Kid, and then Slapdee, the beat is on point. It's easily pretty much. And then again, there is a verse that Slapdee brings up in this particular song. If you know Chichi Daisy, this is an actress, a media personality. She's very well known in Zambia. And yeah, she's pretty much into acting. She's a TV presenter. She does radio. She does a lot of things. So he mentions to say, I mean, Dear X, pick up. It's not as if you're as fly as Chichi. Pretty much saying, I mean, I know it's how I can describe the song. It's like a toxic relationship that one has with their ex, where you can, in Bemba I say at what you call this at something like that. Pretty much say where you have been. It's easy to get back. So where you miss your ex, you can easily just switch up the phone because you know each other's weakness and how to activate each other. So that's the toxicity of the song anyway. It's like that. I mean, I trying to reach your ex to say, hey, I'm missing you, and you have a recap of whatever has been going on. So there's a line where he says, come on, that's scared phone. Let me read it. Stop tripping. Sumanga Chichi Daisy. So it's like, yo, ex, stop tripping. It didn't call her ex, but I'm saying you're calling the girl and you're like, yo, probably this is something that you say in your mind, like, yo, pick up the phone, sometimes as if you're as fly as Chichi Daisy. So that's a line in there. So Chichi posted just before the album dropped. Chichi Daisy posted on a timeline on Instagram, because Slapdee had a listening party for everyone that has featured on the album, not exclusive listening party at the museum, and she was there. So it's like he was whispering something in the ear, and then she posted that extract on a timeline saying, once you find out what's this all about, you're going to understand. So I see where the context. I'll try to attach the video in the after video, not the live stream, so that you see where she was reacting to this and saying, you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's the line. It's a solid song. I'm sure you can tell how much time I spent on this particular track number 12. Hello Dear X is my favorite song on the album. I knew it even before I proceeded to the other song. It's one of those things where you just know this is my song. And then track number 13, which is Father featuring Vincenzo. So Vincenzo is known as the beer president. In this context, they just take it left. They don't talk about beer. Pretty much talking about this. It's a gospel. It's got a gospel vibe, like hello Father, like talking to God. They're trying to call God. That's the context in here. And then Slapdee talks about his brother who drank doom. I don't know if these are just scenarios that is created to meet the song, or these are experiences that he's gone through. I have no idea. But pretty much he gives an illustration to say, why is it that his family is going through a lot of things like this? Then he gives an example of his brother drinking doom, and why his sister is suffering in the marriage. What else does he say? And then also like how people are dying in his family, like as if the family had insulted God or something. Like, what's going on? Just having bad omen around the family. He talks about in that, and then it's more like a cry for help to God. And then he also brings up the issue of why his late parents died what is him and his siblings were still very young. So that's another thing that he brings up on that particular song. So it's pretty much like a cry for help. And yeah. Then there's Jagabang, which is featured in Zen and Crown Beats. It's just a few good dance vibes tune, which is track number 14. Then Fika Poa, which features Alicia Long, which is track number 15. It's tough, pretty much talking about tough times, don't last, but try, stick to your guns. Eventually everything play out, you're not having it to waste. That's the song, track number 15. It's the one that he had shared an extract of. Just before the album dropped at midnight, he shared a video where he was listening to it, and then he had said his auntie was demanding that she listens to the album, and then he says, you have to wait like everyone else. And then she says, I'll not even listen to it. So he did like a snippet of that particular, of Kapwa, and then he does that. The only part that I have apprehension of, they do like an extract of, it's either a Chinese sensei or a master at the end or mid in the song. I hope they have clearance for that, because nowadays copyright is a big deal. If the album does not make a wave, yeah, they might ignore it. But if it makes a wave, things like this might pop up. So this is another track number 15, Fikapwa. It's another thing that I hope they've cleared that extract abuse, whether it's a movie extract or a podcast thing. I just hope they've cleared that. Well, that it's either Chinese or Japanese sensei. Otherwise, if they've not done that, that would be another issue. So there are 2 points that are the intro. I hope they've cleared the copyright on that. Same thing with track number 15, Fikapwa, Shalom. They use some sensei's Chinese proverb in there, either from a movie or something. I just hope they've cleared that. So that's my apprehension about track number 15, but otherwise it's a solid song. Then we move on to track number 16, Zimaningi, which features J Cash, which they simply talk about J Cash. They simply talk about making silent moves. Don't be too loud. Like it's a tough hip hop song. It's a good song. Track number 15, Zimaningi. Like you don't have to announce all your moves. Let people not know every move that you're making. Some moves, make them in silence, and then let people just see the results. That's what they talk about. That's track number 16, Zimaningi, J Cash. We move on. Track number 17, Ichefie, pretty much like Humble Yourself, which features his Crown Beats. The guy that had featured on the other song, he had featured on what song did track number 14, Jagaban. So he features again on track number 17, Ichefie, which is my kind of beat. So I would say this is my second favorite song. So probably, I'm sure you're getting the vibe that I'm on. So track number 17 is my second favorite song because of the kind of vibe that he has, the beat, the kind of beat, I just love it. And and then he simply says, don't live about your means. Don't try to fake be a blesser. Humble yourself. That's what the song, that's the context of the song. Don't die trying to please people that do not care about you. That's the Ichefie, track number 17. Nilangi features Mampi. That's a beautiful song. They blend well. Mampi and Slapdee have known each other for a while, so them getting on a song is just like that. I'm pretty sure the song didn't even take that long. We're yet to get a context when he starts doing the media rounds and interviews. I suspect this song was just done easy. They've known each other for a while. Same thing with the song that Nilangi is the track number 18 that features Mampi. And then they simply say, as a man, if you want me that bad, prove it. Don't just talk it. So put actions to whatever you're saying. That's Nilangi's. Pretty much that's the context of the song. Put some effort to it. Don't just expect it to open like that. That's the Nilangi's. And then track number 19, which features J-Rocks, Neka. It's a dancehall vibe. I like that song. So track number Ichefie and the J-Rocks one, I would say they're the number 2 in terms of my favorite. So one of them can be number 3. So 3 songs that I like on that particular album. Like that can be on my repeat over and over again. So it's J-Rock's Neka, track number 19, which is a dance of vibe. And then the chemistry with Slapdee and J-Rock, so you can hear it. The excitement, you can even tell it from the intro that Slapdee, when he starts off the song, like, no, it's been a while since I've worked with J-Rock's. He's excited to work with him. So, yeah, there's mutual respect there. So, track number 19, instantly delivered a solid song. Track number 20. Let's move on to track number 20, which is Poverty, which features Felix. Waiting for blessings for this year. Pretty much, that's the context of the song. Like, yo, I've waited for so long. It's high time I receive my blessings. It's like a prayer also to God. Like, yo, too much poverty here. Rescue me. Track number 20, featuring Felix. And then Kunta Kinte, track number 21. Pretty much it's like party money. I better look mad. Like, I can do anything to get this money. I would rather look a fool than live in poverty. So you can see like the number of songs dealing with that storyline follow each other there. So they rebuke poverty in this kind. And then Slapdee also mentions the line saying, "I'll only die I'll only rest when I die." That's Slapdee's line in that particular song to say, evidence is this album, so meaning he's not retiring anytime soon. You keep on working. Kunta Kinte, it's a good song. And then obviously Dear God, which features Frank Rowe. It's a gospel song, praying to God for God's protection. And then he brings up something that is in this particular song where he asks for God's protection, the final track, track number 22. It says he's grateful for his family and his wife for protecting him because they are coming from him. Like to say, in as much as the main challenges that he's faced over time, the people that protected him are his family and his wife, so he's grateful. And this is the first time that he's publicly mentioning his wife. He puts that element of his life very private. He does not say anything about that. So in this song that features Frank Rowe, Dear God, he says, or Dear G.O.D. as they would say, because in the song they say G.O.D., not God, directly like that. So he brings up that element to say his wife has held him down for a while. Amongst the challenges that is faced and his family, so he's grateful for that. And yeah, he does not bring it up, but yeah, this time around he speaks about it. His family has been kept very private. He just gets snippets of his children and here and there, but this time around he complimented them publicly, which is a good thing. People like to receive compliments, not just in privacy, but in public also. So that's my view of the Black and White 3 album. It's a solid project. I'll have a listen to it again. But pretty much I can get the context of how I feel about the album. So yeah, it's a solid album. I have a number of songs that will make my playlist. But those 3 that I've mentioned, number 1, the one that features D-Boy and what's his name? Blood Kid, YVOK. That's my number 1 track, like my top favorite. I'm sure you've listened to it. You can share in the comment section what you think about it. Alright guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel before you head out, and I'll catch you around. So I'll be turning so that I switch off the camera before I go. Yeah, you know, the thing of live streaming alone, you go through these things. Alright guys, bye, catch you later.